Welcome back to another tutorial with Off Center DJ School. My name is Joshua Tan, and today we're going to be looking at kick layering. What is kick layering? Kick layering is essentially taking different samples of kick samples and putting them together. The reason why you would do that is because, for one, to diversify the sample and make it more interesting, and two would be to pick up on certain frequencies that one kick sample alone couldn't do. And to kind of expand on that, I'm going to show you. So kick A, we have laid out right here. It's a low end, but not much of an attack on it, right? It's a solid kick, don't get me wrong, but we kind of for what I would like to achieve is to have a bit more of a punch to it. Now on deck B we have another kick, and very distinct difference between this and the first kick. This one here is very soft attack. This is a very sharp attack, but not much of a lower end just being registered. So what we can achieve with kick layering is combine them together, getting the best of both worlds. So very simple. I mean, we have it laid out into a single drum rack, but we'll layer it in just two different tracks. So the kick A and kick B together there, and when we play them together, now we have this. Nothing revolutionary in the sound or anything like that, but we can tweak it further to kind of fine-tune what we want out of each sound. So I'll solo kick A being our lower end kick, right? Now we don't need much of an attack on it anyway, because the attack that we're getting is coming from the second kick, kick B. So we can bring up the attack, something like that, bring it down to this. That's probably going to be good. If you go too far, you run the risk of getting rid of kick completely, and you also like a doubling sound like that. So because the attack from kick B is hitting, but then the lower end is coming in after. It's like doom boom, doom boom. So we're going to make it very subtle, maybe something like that. And then for kick B, you hear this. And again, the low end on this is okay, but the first kick has a much fuller sound that we want. And so we can cut down this by reducing the release time and taking out the sustain just about here. The low end kind of like fading out. And you can even use the filter as well and just take out the high. Not too much though, because then it sounds a bit weird, a bit hollow too. It's a low pass there. So together, that is just the one method that you can do it. You would then make another audio track, Command T, and set the ins and outs for this one to resample. Basically, anything that's playing is going to be recorded. So we'll arm it right here. And record. And now the track is being recorded as a loop like this. So we'll just grab like the first little 4 bars here, and we can solo this. That was just one example of kick layering. The second method would be to use the arrangement view. So what we've done is we put the audio samples for each kick into the track. So kick A has the lower end, and then kick B has the high end. This is a different way to approach kick layering, in that you can actually see the waveforms interacting with one another. So when you want to adjust it, you wouldn't be using the attack, sustain, or any of those other envelopes. Instead, you'll be using the fade option. So you right click and do show fades, and same with that. I do like this approach sometimes because it's a quick way to kind of adjust without fine tweaking it. It's a very rough cut way to do it. Now when I look at the sound here, I can actually see, okay, the waveform is going to start fading out around here, and I can cut it down shorter if I wanted to. and because I don't want the attack on the lower end, I can actually bring it up like that. It all depends on how you want to go about doing it. In any case, you can achieve the same effect. So something like this is good. Just tidy up that bit so I'm not trailing on too long. And then bring it together. See, if you do it too drastic like that, that's just the stepping sound I was talking about. We don't want too much of a low end because the low ends will end up clashing with each other and may make it a bit muddy. So we'll kind of bring it down a bit here. Subtle is the key term here. You don't want it too drastic. Depends on what you're doing though. But for this is good. Again, we have a separate audio channel, and we just set it to resampling here. Make sure we arm this, and then hit record. Two different ways of using the arrangement view and also the session view. And again, the reason why we would use this method is to kind of diversify the samples that you have. You can do this with kick samples, you can do this with shakers or cymbals or anything, or snares even. And this way just gives you more versatility in your sounds and kind of gives you a bit more of a sonic imprint that stands out versus all the other tracks that use the same samples from very popular sample packs.